Let's chat about your wedding photography timeline. To respect your time, here's a short answer. If you're getting married in New South Wales, Australia, during daylight savings, my full day package usually runs from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m, whereas standard time is from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm going to dive into why I suggest these times for all of my clients when capturing their wedding in the Central Coast, Newcastle and Hunter Valley areas in Australia, and I'll give you some ideas regarding the order of events for your day. Hi, my name is Crottison and I'm a wedding photographer and videographer in New South Wales, Australia, and all of the information we give out in this video is just general advice as everyone's wedding day is beautifully unique. Take this advice on board as a guide rather than strict rules whilst determining your wedding timeline with other vendors such as your venue. Daylight savings versus standard time. If your wedding date falls between the months of October to April in New South Wales, Australia, your wedding will take place during daylight savings time. This means that you will ultimately have more sunlight, the weather might be warmer, and there are some things to be mindful of regarding your wedding timeline and photography. Standard time is the opposite time of year, from April through to October. The sun sets earlier, the weather will be cooler, and this will also impact your photography timeline in different ways. Let's dive into each of these. If you're getting married during daylight savings time, I usually recommend for my couples to have our package between the hours of 1 p.m. through to 9 p.m. We love to spend roughly an hour with each of the people getting married on the wedding day for preparation photos starting from 1 p.m. This sees us capturing details, getting ready with your bridal party and close family, as well as starting off the documentation of your wedding day with a lead up to the ceremony. This better captures an entire picture of your day and will be something to look back on in the years to come. Keep an eye out for our video specifically regarding wedding day preparation tips as it's coming soon. From here, we travel to your ceremony location with the aim to arrive 30 minutes prior to it beginning at 3 p.m. This time allows us to set up tripods, multiple cameras, mic up the right people, and capture some details of your ceremony setup prior to the big walk down the aisle at 3:30 p.m. Most ceremonies we capture last for roughly 30 minutes, where we then jump into a group photo with all of your guests at 4 p.m. Trust us, this is the best time to do this before anyone sneaks off to the toilet or bar. If you don't do it at this time of the day, it can be really difficult to get all of your guests back together at any other point of the day. Family photos happen after this, before going into the bridal party photos at 4:30 p.m. and couple photos at 5. Many times during daylight savings weddings, your couple photos will be taken when the sun is still fairly strong. We'll aim to find pockets of shade and even lighting before potentially sneaking out later in the afternoon for a quick sunset shoot. At 6 p.m, we can enter your reception and move into entrees with a first round of speeches at 6:45 p.m, followed by mains and sneaking out for a quick sunset photo at 7 p.m. At 7:30 p.m, we can go into a secondary round of speeches that is finished off by a thank you from the newlyweds that then transitions straight into your cake cut and first dance. Towards the end of your first dance, many couples usher their guests to join them on the dance floor, where your DJ can then kick it into party mode from 8 p.m. when the sun has set. It doesn't end here. We will capture the dance floor for you, and if you're feeling up to it, create some stunning nighttime imagery at 8:30 p.m. before finishing at 9. Standard time weddings in New South Wales happen between April and October and sees the sun setting earlier and everything just discussed shifting forward by an hour, with an overall timeline starting at 12 p.m. and finishing at 8 p.m. Preparations start at midday, with us then arriving to the ceremony location at 2 p.m. and the ceremony beginning at 2:30. By 3 p.m, we're beginning the group and family photos, where we can then head off with the bridal party at 3:30. At 4 p.m, couple photos begin right at the start of golden hour, as the sun is usually beginning to set, or will almost be set by 5 p.m. This is usually when we enter your reception and move into entrees with the first round of speeches beginning at 5:45 p.m. At 6, we can go into mains, and if there is any sun left, sneak out for a cheeky shot. At 6:30 p.m, we can jump into your second round of speeches, followed by the newlywed speech, cake cut, and your first dance, with your dance floor starting by 7 p.m. At 7:30 p.m, we can go and create some nighttime shots and finish by 8. Dinner option impact. Lots of the timeline just discussed is drastically impacted by your venue and what dinner choices you go with. We discussed a 2-course sit-down style dinner, but very often our couples will opt for roaming canapes during cocktail hour, whilst we are off taking bridal party and couple photos, meaning that there's only one sit-down meal for mains during your reception timeline. The biggest change to this is right after your reception entrance, we can go straight into mains, followed by speeches. Potential changes. Now, all of our couples are unique and we have seen many different versions of this timeline worked out in their own way. I've put this together as it's something we see fairly often, and most importantly, it has an amazing flow. Formalities work around your chefs preparing meals. There isn't constant ups and downs for guests. You aren't asking your guests to constantly come back for something to happen. There is a flow between formalities and there is a natural progression to get your guests up, dancing, and having the time of their lives. You can do whatever you want with your timeline, and some changes we see often come up include first looks, pre-ceremony photo shoots, and weddings that require more hours due to extensive travel between locations on the day, such as between your ceremony and reception locations. The big impacts on your wedding day timeline are based on the time of year you're getting married, your meal choices for your reception, and any other unique deviations from a standard timeline. These are all things I go through with my couples in our final wedding consultation, where we lock in your timeline closer to the date. By this time, you will have had final meetings with your reception venue and made decisions on meals and meal times. With this video, you're now armed with some information as to how your day may play out leading up to your reception and how much time you need to allocate between each section of your day. In my next video, I'm going to discuss the biggest impacts on a wedding timeline and how to pre-plan for these to minimize their impact on your day. This will reduce stress and anxiety because we have preemptively thought about them and solutions rather than reactively dealing with them on your wedding day. Make sure you let me know below how you see your wedding timeline playing out, or if your wedding day had a similar timeline to the ones discussed. My goal with these videos is to help educate my clients on their wedding day photography and to help you enjoy the day. If you are a couple looking for wedding photography and videography, check out the link below and make sure to like, comment any questions, and subscribe before checking out our next videos to help you get ready for your wedding day.